Sorry guys, for the YouTube fans, but I only started recording now, and how many pairs did I miss? I missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I missed 5 pairs, but you know, you could have you can see the whole VOD on Twitch, obviously, so that's still fine, right? So if you do just come from YouTube, just check it out on Twitch. Sorry about that, but you know, it is what it is. So what I was just saying to the live viewers is that I would be looking for a short on Euro USD probably this week or in the coming weeks. And I might be doing it on my $2,000 account, risking insane amounts of money, like maybe, well, insane for me, okay, so maybe like from here, and this 150 pips is $1,000, and here is maybe, or maybe like if I could get an entry in around here, then that means that maybe I could just short it for around, maybe I'll risk $500 here, and then here I could make about 1,500. And on a 2K account, that's bloody amazing. But yeah, those are just kind of my thoughts on this pair. Alright, so we'll just remove some drawings here. Then we'll just horizontal line it. So I can see a low there, and I can see a high there. That's pretty important. I can also see a high there. Resistance, 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 resistance. So I would kind of view that as an important level. Also here I can kind of see, again, support, support, resistance, support. So it's kind of an important level that I think is important as well. So now in terms of looking at key levels, if I was on the hourly, oh shit, I'm on the 4 hour. Damn. But it's just the same thing, it's just a zoomed out version of the chart. But if I take a look at it right now and look at the overall trend, I can see that this overall trend here is down, the current trend is up. So I don't really like to trade contradictory pairs, but taking a look at this just being in this kind of uptrend for the most part right now, it still has this potential to go to this higher high up here. So with that, we should look for an entry, right? So what I'm going to do is mark up this area here as an area of kind of as a key level here, resistance, resistance, support, support, support. And then now obviously I'm just going to mark up the high, just move that up there a bit. In terms of a low, I'm just going to mark it down here. I can see that it's a bit of resistance over here, so resistance there. Then if I move it, support level there and there. Then if I move it across, I can see support there and support here as well. So there are 2 levels there that I'm thinking are pretty important. Now if I was to use a fib from this high to, from this low to this high, an entry in here towards this upside here, it's kind of looking pretty good for me. This is an entry that I would like on this trade, and because like I'm kind of expecting essentially, or like I trust in my trading ability, I do believe that I will be able to get the 100,000. So I will be kind of risking a bit of money on my $2,000 account, or maybe I'll just be doing the $50 challenge until I actually start the $100,000 account, which should be on Tuesday. So maybe I'll just trade the $50 account for one day and you know, just see how it goes. So that's kind of a nice trade setup I can see happening on this pair, and I'll mark that one up. Alright, so I actually like this analysis here, so I'm just going to keep it. Actually no, I won't. I'll just get rid of it all. So once again, it's just rinse and repeat, but like think about it, this here could be a job, like a literal job. Isn't that nuts? Just drawing lines and a bit of rectangles on a chart makes you some money. Like damn, you're going to be pretty lucky to be able to draw lines as a career. Alright, so now I'm just obviously just marking up some key levels, or just some areas of resistance that I think, and some areas of support that I think are pretty relevant in terms of the current market structure. So here I can just see it's a bit of resistance, support, resistance, like all over there. So that there is just that, right? And here it's in this current uptrend. It actually did come up to this high up here, so it's kind of impressive. And now it is looking to drop down quite a bit. In terms of key levels in this thing, I don't really like any, or like none that really catch my eye, so what I'm going to do is kind of just mark this up here as a level of resistance. But we can also see here it's kind of in this oversold area, but I do think that it's going to come all the way back down to here. Like if we were to use fib maybe from this low to this high, then if there was like a key level here, then maybe I could look for a buy. But nah, not really interested on if the key level isn't within the 0.5 to 0.61, then I'm just not really interested in the trade, because I'm just trading this plan over and over and over and over and over and over and over, because at the end of the day it makes me money. It made me $750 on a $2,000 account in 2 months. So let's just do the maths, right? 745 divided by 2,000. It made me 37.25% in 2 months. So if we go 37.25 divided by 2, because it's over 2 months, with my trading strategy and me applying it, I'm making an average of around 18% a month. And that is, on FTMO, you have to make half of that. You have to make 10% in the first month, 5% in the second month, and you can't risk in like that much capital. Like you can only risk 10% capital, and I've only ever lost 1% capital. So I think I can do it. Hopefully I can do it. You know, hopefully the trading just speaks for itself, and if I fail, then I obviously just have to come back. You know, it's just content. I'm just trying to make it to the FTMO funded, and if I fail, then it's still like my progress, and I can still upload it and make, you know, just make money on the $2,000 account. So, taking a look here, fuck up, idiot. Alright, so if I just get rid of all this garbage, and just gonna redo the charts. So rinse and repeat this shit. So I can see a low right here. Not really gonna mark up the Corona low because I already know that it's a thing. I'm just gonna mark up that high there, and now I'm just gonna mark up some levels I think is important. So I can see here it's a bit of support level down here, and here it's kind of been respected as a resistance, kind of, not really. And I just like to have a look at where it was trading at pre-COVID. It's pretty choppy pre-COVID, so I'm not really going to rely on that information there. But for now, I can see here it is in this uptrend, but if we look at the previous high, it is in this downtrend from this point, and even from up here. So it is in this contradicting trend, but I do think that because this here was pre-COVID, that it might be continuing to go back up. So let's just zoom in and find some key levels where we could enter in on, possibly. So I kind of see that there's this area right here. So obviously it's resistance here, resistance on this one candle, and then a support level here. So maybe it just comes down and starts shooting back up. But we can also see another key level right here, right? Support level there. Resistance here, resistance all the way through, and then here it's support. And then if we were to use this fib, we can see that in between this 0.5 to 0.6, if you enter in right now, you'd be 21 pips in profit. You can set your stop loss down at this 0.7, target these highs here, you can see that's 2.4 risk to reward ratio. So if you were risking 3%, 3 times 2.4, that's $7.2 thousand you could make off of this quick little trade on the FTMO $100,000 channel. And that's some decent money for a 19-year-old who sits at home doing literally nothing besides jerking off. So that's a nice little setup there. Looks like I kind of missed my entry there. So something I've learned from before is don't really chase profits. So here, even though I did only slightly miss my entry, I'm just not going to enter in on this. Plus I need to wait till Tuesday before I can enter in on the markets, or before I get my FTMO thing started. But I will be documenting the whole journey, so that'll be pretty cool as well. But in terms of like other key levels, I only really like to mark up key levels that were previously like relevant, but I can see a decent key level there, so just gonna mark that up. And obviously there is this high up here, so that's just a clear area of resistance. Should I get some water? I'm so thirsty right now. I've actually been streaming for 43 minutes. It's kind of like nuts. Alright, so here this market has consistently been in this uptrend since what? The 23rd of September. So it's been in this uptrend for like 2 or 1 month I mean. Well, we're gonna be in December in under 24 hours. So we'll say in 3 months it's been in this consistent uptrend. So there's not really much to get rid of or to change here. So I'm just gonna kind of mark up a new key level that I can see. So I can kind of see one developing here, and then obviously there's this area of resistance here. But for me, I would probably just be waiting to short this as it is coming up to this extreme high. And if we were to zoom out, it did hit the high before, but I don't know, maybe I think hitting this extreme high is a really strong point of resistance, so maybe it would be a good time to sell. And just for, oh look here, it's telling you to buy. What a surprise, it tells you to do the opposite. Alright, let's take a look at this. Yeah, I clearly missed this trade, didn't I? Oh no, I actually wanted this point here. I wanted this to come all the way back down to here, and then I could enter in and kind of target the upside. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. So what I'm going to do is kind of just clean the charts. I actually like this analysis here, so I'm going to leave it in. And I do think that I do like these key levels. If I do find that the key levels are remaining relevant, or like this comes back down and the levels are relevant, I just keep them in my charts and just drag them across. So not really going to get rid of those. And this point of resistance here is kind of not enough movement, should I say, to actually just mark it. So I'm just going to move this up like that, and then see what happens on this pair. So we can see that here it's kind of just been shooting up as well. Hopefully we do see some kind of correction in the coming weeks, but once again you can just see that it's in this clear uptrend. In terms of key levels, there are like several mini ones here. Like if I was to go on the hour chart, you can see them much clearer, such as like this one right here, and then like this one here as well. Oh, what the heck? Like that. There you can see that's a bit of resistance there, support, resistance, and a bit of like a support there. So but you know, I kind of just want to see some correction, as it has been going in this uptrend for quite a bit. So like if I was to zoom out, then this is what I'd be seeing. So it does look like it should start coming back down soon. And we can also see that it is hitting this oversold region up here. Do you think it can come down? I opened a short position on it, on the NZU, on like NU. Yeah, I think that wait, when did you open this? Before market closed? Yeah, so I think that it's trading, like if we take a look at pre-COVID, then I can see that it's really like never hit this extreme high. We can see here it doesn't hit the last time it hit this extreme high was in 7th of June 2018. So the last time that it traded that high was 2018 in June, and so like maybe like it's just a bit weird if it doesn't go down. What I think is that it will continue to go back down, because even if like it does continue to go back up, it does have to correct eventually, because we can see this big impulse move like from this low. Oops, can I get this damn arrow? From here up to here, this is like a big impulse move, and there has to be a correction, so it will start correcting maybe halfway down, and then obviously that's when you can enter in. I mean, that's when you can like kind of sell your position and stuff like that. But I do think that this pair here will come down, and that's similar to this pair here. I do think that a short on this pair would be pretty good to take, but here's just like a normal buy based off of my strategy that I have in the markets. So taking a look here, this here is a good sign to buy, even though right now it doesn't look like it's a good sign to buy. Get rid of this, get rid of this, move this line down a bit. But yeah, so I do think that like a short on that a new pair is probably like a decent option, but I do think that maybe it would have been good to kind of look for a bit of confirmation first. But I do think that it is probably that's my personal bias on that pair. Now if you take a look at this, I think this is a decent time to buy in on this pair on UCAD. Last time I wanted to sell up here, didn't hit it, instead went from here and just started tanking. So hopefully I can just get in here, buy in, just take it all the way up. That will probably be pretty nice for me, to just kind of take it up towards that upside. Even though it is kind of in this downtrend here, I do think that it's going to go up, because taking a look at previous structure, it didn't really trade below until when? 16th May 2018. So, and before that, whenever it hit this low, bang, go up, hit the low, bang, go up, hit the low, bang, go up, hit this low, go up. And then here, obviously, we're going into random territory. That stuff is not relevant. You only really want to look at like till 2019. Alright, so from since here, anytime it's hit that low, it's gone up. So here we can see it's hit this low, it's like gone up, it failed. So here it's hit this low again, and I still think that it's going to go up. So I think that maybe it'll drop a bit. I'm probably going to keep a close eye on this, see if I can kind of flip my 2k by just doing some dumb stuff, or even the $50. Maybe I'll risk $30 on that $50 account. Hopefully kind of just grow it for my mate before he trades, so instead of trading with a $50 account, I've grown it for him to maybe like $100 or so, and then I can just use that as some content for the YouTube on the $50 challenge, and see if people enjoy it. But yeah, so I do think that a buy on this pair would be pretty good. Now taking a look at this pair, just delete that. Total key levels, they look fine. Just gonna move this one down a bit, just a tad like that. Alright, cool. I can see that it is in this continuous downtrend, but it is actually ranging here sideways. So possibly if it does end up coming back down towards, well, it did come back down towards this area here, and it did reject it. So that might be a sign that it's starting to head towards the upside. So I do actually think that this would be a good buy to take towards the upside, even though like if we take a look pre-COVID, it's trading way above this range. So I do still think that this pair here would be a pretty good buy to take, and you know, for me probably I would end up buying on this pair. And yeah, like I've just got like, if we take a look at my Forex account on Pepperstone, god damn, why is it so hard to type? Alright, let's log in. This video is going to take 10 hours to upload. Anyway, like, look, if I risk $200 on each pair instead of $20, then that means I could make just more money, and on the $50 account I could you know, just try and grow them and just make a bit of extra cash before I start the 100k, right? That'd be cool, I think. But obviously I'm much more comfortable risking $50 than $200, so probably just try and flip the $200 account, chuck that on the $50 challenge, and that'll be episode 1, I guess. Alright, taking a look here, we can kind of see that it is in this clear downtrend. So there's that. Gonna mark up obviously the line, so just gonna mark up that. Gonna mark up this high, and then just gonna mark up some actual useful stuff. So this, and then probably just this high up here. So that I think is pretty good. Now it is kind of just been in this downtrend. It is starting to set higher highs, so with that you can just mark that there up as a key level. Just gonna mark this new area here as an area of resistance, and if we were to drag it across, you could kind of say that it's a bit of a support level here, and resistance and support, but it's still a bit choppy in the market, so it's not really the best level to trade off of. But let's just take a look pre-COVID. Alright, so it's looking like it's trading on the higher side, the higher echelon of this range here. So maybe if we just wait till it hits kind of the oversold area here, that could then just be an extra incentive to buy in on this pair. And also maybe like if you were to let's just whip out the fib. You already know I love the fib. We can see a bit of rejection here at this point, 7.8, and maybe starting to hit, continue heading towards the upside. But what I do think is that it's going to start dropping down, and then once it does catch this oversold area on the RSI, then that'll be a good sign to buy in. But those are actually all the pairs. You can see I've marked up kind of just 3 pairs that I'd like to go in on a pretty long-term position. Long-term, like a swing position where I can just buy this in for maybe like a few days or even a week. This one here is not really a swing position. This one here I'd like to get in and out. This one here may be a longer position, and then this one here probably like a pretty decent position on this one. But you know, that's just like really it. Hopefully we can get that $100,000 in the bag, and you know, just start making some real money. And I'm gonna start vlogging and stuff. I've been looking at some cameras such as like the DJI Pocket 2. You know, this one here looks really good. Start doing some vlog sort of stuff. Hopefully once I get that 100k, kind of buy some stuff for some family, some friends, such as like a new car for my mum or something like that. Start investing in real estate, documenting my journey across all of just like those activities, such as like buying a car or going out with mates for a piss up, or kind of just like buying an actual house and just vlogging it. I think will be like really cool. Kind of just show people that I was trading like a $60 account, and then it'll go from the $60 account, $2,000 account, just still learning how to trade, to then getting funding, still learning how to trade, because you're constantly learning, improving on the craft. And then hopefully you can just see how, as I'm working on the craft, I'm still able to get these new opportunities, a bit of what people would say a safer investment opportunity, such as like getting those real estate properties under your belt. So with that said, that's going to be the end of the YouTube video, but I will be sticking around for 2 more minutes, just in case you guys have any questions. So with that said, for YouTube, see ya.